It's Tuesday, February 16, and you're listening to the Next Level Podcast, episode 10. I am Emi Basavan. With me, as always, my right-hand man, John Danho.
Hey there.
And if he's right, then who's left? We have a new face, a new voice, and the newest member of the Next Level Team, Areg Z.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Thanks for the warm welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome, man. Good to have you.
Yeah, finally here.
Yeah, dude. A long time coming.
Yeah,
Pretty
it's
nice
been,
feeling.
It's been a long time coming, man.
Yeah,
I'm
Yeah.
glad to be here.
Well, you are welcome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, man. So what have you been up to lately?
I've been playing a lot of video games, man.
I bet, dude.
Yeah.
Just tons, right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much full-time video games. I wish I got paid for it.
Dude, if only.
I'd
If
make
only.
bank. Yeah.
If, like...
I'd be the hardest worker that I know.
Yeah,
if I was...
I'm pretty good at playing video games too, man.
Oh, I'm not
How
even
about
talking
that?
about the quality. I'm just talking sheer quantity.
Oh, sure. Okay.
But if we want to talk
Fair
about
enough.
quality here, dude, we can get into that too.
Dude, like... Fuck, if I
Quality
could get
is
paid...
not something we do here at the Next Level.
Dude,
sorry.
are you kidding? We're top quality, dog. We're like...
The toppest quality.
We're the toppest quality, dude.
Call it what you want, dude.
Oh, what do you call it, man?
Alcoholism.
Talking about alcoholism.
Oh, yeah, man.
John,
Yeah.
what is this beer?
Well, I'll tell you right now, dude. It's called the Speedway Stout.
Oh, man.
And it's fucking, what is it? 12% like a stout beer from this brewery in San Diego called AleSmith, which my uncle is friends with the owner of the brewery, which is why we have this beer in our hands now. And I'm going to read the description in memory of Mahad, because he always loved reading the descriptions of these bottles and like critiquing them. This would tickle his fancy.
May he rest in peace.
He's not dead, Areg.
Well, going to Armenia for life and the same thing.
All right.
It's a death sentence? Is
Yeah.
that what it is? Speedway Stout's ominous pitch black appearance has become a hallmark of this modern day classic, dude. Ominous pitch black appearance. Like, I feel like if I read that in anywhere else, like it would be like a death metal album or like something.
It tastes similar to that, actually.
It tastes like a death metal
Yeah,
album.
I feel like it tastes like a death metal album to me. It's quite bitter.
Damn, man. You're just not a beer guy.
I mean, I'm not an alcohol guy, I guess, but yeah, I mean, the only reason
No,
I'm
what was
drinking
it? What's your drink of choice?
water.
Water.
Water, clearly.
What do you put into the water? A little whiskey?
Maybe my tongue as I'm drinking.
Okay, I don't know.
No,
about
no
that.
whiskey, no alcohol.
No
man.
whiskey, no. What about sugar?
No, okay, so yeah, I drink a lot of tea. And
Okay.
so when I drink tea, I used to not drink tea with any sugar. But nowadays I put 1 spoonful of sugar in my tea, especially because I like to leave the bag in there, or I tend to leave the bag in there because I forget about it. So the sugar counteracts the fact that the tea gets pretty dark.
Pretty nasty.
No,
pretty
it's
ominous,
pretty
dude.
good. I love it. Warm tea warms up your insides.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I'm not a tea guy,
That's what she said.
but I drink it every now and then. Like,
I love tea.
Yeah.
So when you said leaving the tea bag in, like that is
I
a
know.
cardinal sin, dude.
I
Like,
know.
You don't fucking
No,
do
you
it. Just
just-
pull it out after
you-
3 minutes.
Right, you just
What do
don't.
you mean?
You just don't do that. I know, but it.
But you
happens.
do it.
No, I mean it happens.
No, bro,
It
it doesn't happen.
It happens,
Just
man.
pull it out.
I mean, things happen in life. Like you get preoccupied.
like, are we talking?
Why
Wait,
is
wait,
this-
are we talking about tea or like pregnancy? Just pull it out. It happens. It
warms
just happens.
warms
Like,
your
what?
insides.
Warms your inside. Like, are you guys like nutso McFutso?
Hey, this is a special
This is too
episode
Yeah, no. This is the
This episode is
pregnancy.
full of goodies.
special pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
Today we are going to discuss. No, I'm just.
But honestly, I would much rather drink tea than beer at any time of any day.
No.
Well, we can definitely have a tea opening.
We could. I would probably spike my tea with something. But you know what? I've had tea with whiskey before.
Spoken like a true alcoholic.
I've had tea before with whiskey, and honestly, it tastes like shit.
Oh no, I don't know about that actually.
I hadn't. I mean,
I wouldn't
maybe
say I'm a
just the
fan
type
of
of
it, but
whiskey
I'm
or the
not-
type of tea, but like,
Okay.
I thought it tasted awful, like an Irish tea. I guess what would you call it?
I guess. I think it's called
Yeah.
crazy tea.
Crazy tea. Yeah, I didn't like it.
Mm.
And I've had what is it called?
coffee.
Tokyo iced tea or something like that. It's like a mixed
Mm.
drink, and it's really shitty. It has
Okay.
no tea in it, but it has the name.
All right.
Therefore, I'm
Well, like,
bringing
is it
it.
longa? Is it like a Long Island?
It's like AMF.
Oh, okay.
It's like a ton of different alcohols just mixed in. And
Uh,
AMF is delicious, but
not
don't
the
like-
biggest fan of tequila.
okay.
Oh, tequila is hard.
I
Yeah,
mean, I
tequila
don't
is
like it
hard.
alone. I hate tequila alone, but
I mean, all alcohol is pretty hard, but when it comes to which one is more hard, I'd say tequila is
I don't know,
up
bro.
there.
I think gin is a very pleasant.
dude,
drink.
your gin and tonic, I mean, is like on point. I don't even like gin,
Yeah, bro.
and I like your gin and
It's
tonic.
2 ingredients. It's great.
Yeah, no, it's simple. It's elegant. It's where I need to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Where
Dude,
I need to be right now is inside this beer cup because this is a fantastic beer, man.
Dude, it's dark. It's ominous. What else do you want? What else do you want in a beer, dude?
it gets bitter and bitter the more I drink it.
Dude, but like,
The warmer it gets, yeah.
Well, yeah, it does get warmer
Don't let
over
it get
time.
warm. Just drink it.
yeah.
Just open your mouth.
Dude, okay, so this is
Beer
episode
pressure.
All-
Beer
let
pressure,
all the
man.
dark-
This
beer
is
pressure.
beer
Yes, beer pressure.
No, dude, this is episode 10 of the Next Level podcast. By episode 16, you're going to have like a taste for at least like a beer that you're going to like. Like you're going to be like, okay, this is the type of beer like I can say perfect. If I ever drink beer, like this is a great one out, and you'll go out of your way. Like,
You know what? You're gonna tell me which tea you like by episode 16.
oh yeah,
yeah,
dude?
you'll be drinking that Earl Grey all
Oh
day.
yeah,
Mm.
can't wait, man. Can't wait to expand
We'll,
my
s-
taste.
we'll swap, man. I'll become the alcoholic, and you'll become the
tea master.
Teaholic.
Tea master, dude. You'll be the. Well, we
B-
decided.
beer
to-
Olympiad.
Yeah, dude, beer Olympiad.
And what would you be if you're
The
the
the tea meister.
tea meister? I don't
I don't
know.
know. That's weird.
Is there a word for that, Areg? Like a professional
Tea connoisseur.
tea connoisseur? There should be a word.
We'll come up with a
The
word.
chai sensei.
Oh.
Okay, dude.
All
Yeah.
right.
That's it, dude.
All
The
right,
chai
the chai
sensei.
The
sensei.
chai sensei.
So
dude.
Areg's our resident chai sensei.
I'm the chai
Okay.
sensei. From
Okay,
now
dude.
On, guys.
You know what? Next time you're gonna bring some nice chai, and we're
I'll
gonna
bring
have
some nice chai, and
Oh
I'll
man.
yeah.
I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down.
Okay.
No,
Very
no.
good.
So it's what is it? It's a sober episode. Next episode, huh?
Weird,
It's gonna be very odd.
man.
I think it will be sober.
Nice, man. So wait, you mentioned you were playing a lot of games, man.
Yeah.
What have you been playing
Well,
lately?
I just pretty much got out of a huge phase, and I have phases when I play games.
Of course,
right?
dude.
So,
of
like
course.
most
We all have
gamers.
phases.
Sure.
Right. So I just got out of the Rust phase. So I don't know how many people here know Rust or have played Rust.
Mhm.
It is an early access game, so that's
Boo.
obviously it carries a lot of controversy with
Boo.
it. People don't like early access. The devs get a lot of shit, especially in Rust as well. Like if you go on forums, Reddit, and you read about what the people are writing for the game, there's always complaints, criticisms, and the devs tend to like try not to read a lot of that because it's discouraging. You know,
Sure.
reading about a game you're making and everybody's complaining.
I don't
all
know,
the
man. I
time.
feel like making millions can afford you a little
Yeah.
discouragement here and there.
Of course.
To read some comments. I don't know.
Of
man.
course, there's drowning in dough right now. They made millions. It's still early access, but so many people have bought the game, so they're not lacking in funds. And that is one reason for why maybe they don't have as much incentive to work on the game as much as they used to work on the game. And anyways, that's just the whole topic of its own. But yeah, so 780 hours in Rust. I just
Wow.
dropped
Dude,
that big bomb.
That's honestly like I mean I'm no one to talk, dude. I have like what 3K hours or 4K hours of Dota, but like that much in another game
Yeah.
is like a marvel to me.
I was surprised when I passed the hours I had on Terraria with Rust because I never thought that would happen, but it
How
did.
many hours do you have in Terraria?
Like 240, I think.
Wow.
Wow.
But yeah, so when I passed that, I thought, wow, this is incredible. Little did I know that I'm going to go 4 times that amount, right?
Mm.
But so you see, the big thing is I didn't play Rust solo. I played with a friend, real life friend, David Manjikian, right? So I played with him, and that really changes the game a lot when you have friends to play with and you're doing things together.
Of course,
because
dude.
yeah, the biggest aspect of the game is the social aspect.
Yeah.
When the first time I played Rust, it captivated me from the very first day, like the first 10 minutes of running around on a server on the island that you start off naked with a rock and a torch, just like everybody else. And then you meet your first like encounter with some people. Obviously, the game's just all multiplayer. You run around meeting other people. And when you get in range of these people, your voice chat activates. So if you talk, they hear you. And like the farther you are, the lower volume. So like the closer you are, the higher volume. And it's you as a character running around. It's essentially like an FPS game, but it's survival, action survival, right?
Dude, honestly, that's like I find the mic thing, the fact that like they can hear your mic, you can speak to them
Yeah.
as normal. I think regardless of like I don't know where that started. Maybe it was Rust, maybe it was DayZ, maybe it was like beforehand. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that idea of proximity, meaning that you can actually speak to somebody just the same way you would in regular life,
Yeah.
is so fucking good for video games.
Yeah.
Like that is such a good idea that I think should translate into a whole host of other genres.
It definitely adds an element to the game, more depth that other games I have not experienced with.
Yeah.
And this is one of the big reasons Rust has kept me for the 780 hours that I drowned into it. And it was the social dynamic. So meeting these strangers, not knowing if you're going to be hostile to them, what's going to happen, right? You get ahead by killing people and stealing their shit. So what do you do, right? How do you treat people that you meet? Are you always going to be evil? Do you kill on sight? You know, there's a community that develops, like we talked about before as well, that it's bad manners to kill on sight. And so I don't know, do you do that? Do you not do that? Right? And then
What would you
it's
do, Areg?
kind of,
Would you be a kill on site person?
let me compare it to Monopoly. Okay, because
That's
also
okay. All right,
I want to hear
down.
this.
in Monopoly, you know, you're playing and people say it breaks friendships and whatnot.
Sure.
And because why, right? You're trying to get ahead, so you put down other people in the game to get ahead.
Yeah,
That's how
don't
you
stop for nothing.
Right, that's what you do.
Don't stop.
And that's
Don't
how-
stop. Choo
Right.
choo.
Why would you play the game if you're not playing to win, right?
Exactly.
I mean, winning is fun as well, and that's how you play Monopoly.
Yeah, well,
Rust,
Monopoly
Okay.
stops being fun after like a
okay.
little while.
Sure.
but
But
yeah,
anyways, Rust is kind of similar to that. Is what do you do? Do you not kill this person, take his stuff, and why? Why would you do that, right? Like to be nice. Okay, does that have any value? And see, in Monopoly,
You
you
run
wouldn't.
the risk of them fucking you
Of
later.
course, in Monopoly, you wouldn't. Just like not charging someone for your property in Monopoly just sucks. It's only negative. But in Rust, if you spare someone's life, you can make alliances, for example. But it's as thin as the people that you're making the alliance with.
and people are
Because
thin, dude. Like,
you don't know.
in games, especially.
Yeah, you don't know. Is this person going to be trustworthy? He sounds cool. You straight up have to judge them like you would any stranger that you meet in the real world.
Yeah.
Right. So you're playing with your friend that you trust, let's say, and that's fine. But no matter what, you're going to meet all these other people out there in the world, and it's going to be up to you and that person to decide whether you want to be friendly or, you know, I've had people run up to me yelling friendly, friendly, friendly. And the second I turn my eye away, they shoot me in the back.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm sure you've experienced that in DayZ as well.
Yeah, dude. So, well, how's DayZ's environment? Let's
Yeah,
say?
just like from everything Areg's been saying about Rust so far, like it's pretty
Similar?
similar. It's very
Yeah.
similar. Like the one big difference between DayZ and Rust, maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but are there mobs running around like neutral kind of NPC characters that can attack you?
No, there's 0 NPCs on the entire
Okay.
island map.
Because
but-
that's the big part about DayZ.
Yeah.
It's a zombie game.
Oh.
So as you shoot, as you make noise, as you do stuff, the zombies start showing up. They get attracted to it. So earlier on, the zombies weren't that big of a threat. But later on, as the patches came out, they started buffing the zombies a little bit. And right now, they're a legitimate threat. Like, you can't just randomly go shooting on sight because you'll attract zombies. And those guys are fast and they will fuck you up.
I mean, I feel like that's right, dude. If it's a zombie
It is
game,
right. It's
then
survival-
they should be the threat and not other people. It shouldn't be
Exactly.
a PvP game. It
That's
should
the
be
thing. The
a
people-
survival game.
That's the thing.
You
The
know?
people, other players are also a threat.
Yeah, of
But
course.
you need them. You need them to deal with the zombies.
They're a
Like,
different kind of threat.
Exactly.
No, is the thing. Like, I think Rust would probably benefit from some kind of. I mean, it's as you said, it's in early access, so who knows what they have planned, especially if they plan to add like RPG elements later. But they definitely need some kind of AI threat to players, like and bases and whatever else. You know?
Well, there's another game that comes to mind now that Emin mentioned zombies in DayZ. It's 7 Days to Die. It's also another small game, and I think it's also early access, completely indie game.
Of course, dude.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, most of these games nowadays, the survival genre especially, I think, is flooded by early access because there's
It is.
all these developers that have great ideas and they want to
Ark,
make a...
Forest, fucking
Yeah.
Subnautica,
Yeah.
like all these.
Yeah,
games,
Subnautica especially. We'll
Yeah.
get into that for sure.
Yeah.
But 7 Days to Die, for example, is the same way as DayZ in
Isn't
the
that
sense
like
that...
a isometric shooter?
no, it's
or am
still,
I
it's still
mixing it up
3D.
with
No,
something
it's
else?
still everything. You just running around.
Okay.
Yeah, the graphics ain't too pristine, but that's not like a big issue. The game runs smooth. The gameplay's fine, but it has zombies. That's the thing. So the main threat is not the players; it's the zombies. A lot of the servers are predominantly PVE, so it's not even
Cool.
player versus player, right? You can't kill each other, but you can build together and you can protect each other from the zombies. And
Oh,
they're
so
all
it's like
over-
more of like a horde based.
kind
mode?
of, yeah. In a sense, it is. Depends on the server you join. Each server
That's
can have
actually
its own rules.
pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I would probably prefer that over just a freeform open world. Like I want some kind of structure to it.
It
some
is
kind of-
open world though. I mean, the
No,
only
of course, but I mean, you like the survival aspect is more structured than it is liberal, right? That's how you're making it sound. I
the
don't know.
only structure that it has is the fact that there's a threat that is a very obvious threat. So like in comparison to Rust, the threat
Are the players.
is arguably not obvious. Yeah, because you don't know if the player is going to be a threat or not, right?
But that's the only threat.
Right. Potentially. So it's a very
Like, is there-
abstract threat compared to the
Is
other
there
games.
what else do you have to worry about? Is it just you only have to worry about other players, or do you have to
No,
eat,
just
and drink?
Yeah, you do
and
have
keep
to.
Warm?
No. Of course, you do have to eat and drink, but in
Okay.
Rust, it's not too predominant.
Okay.
So yeah, like the whole starving and dying of thirst thing in Rust is almost non-existent.
Yeah, because that's a very big part in DayZ.
Yeah,
Because when
okay.
you originally spawn, you spawn with just a shirt, jeans, and a flashlight.
right.
And the first thing you have to do is you have to scavenge. You have to find a fucking can of beans or something, just so you
Some
don't
canteen
die.
of
Right,
water
in-
or
yeah.
whatever.
In 7 Days to Die, that's a lot more prominent, but in
Mhm.
Rust, not at all. In Rust, that's why it's more of a FPS game.
Cool.
So if you're really good at shooter games, like people who play Counter-Strike tend to play Rust a lot because you get a huge edge in the game if you're really good at shooting.
Yeah.
It really gives you one up when you get to take out the other people and not get taken out yourself. So if you're building a team in Rust and playing solo is terrible. In Rust, if you're playing solo, you're just not going to do nearly as well in the game. You might not reach any kind of end
There's
game.
no point, it feels like.
You're going to get swarmed. Anybody who's 2-3 people, you just have to be really good, really, really good to be
And I've
able
heard
to
that about
survive solo.
DayZ as well. I mean, like you were probably playing with like Shahan, Vahak, and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you guys
we
were all
playing with
rolling
the good
together.
crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of
But-
course.
I mean, I did play plenty of solo, and there is a charm and there is something fun about that. Like it becomes a game of cat and mouse.
Yes.
And that's it's a completely different type of game when you're rolling with 5 people and when you're playing alone.
Yeah, it is definitely a different
Yeah.
game. Yeah, I've gone through the whole range. Like I've had where I'm dominating an entire server. Like it wasn't a 200 out of 200 person server. It was a smaller server, like maybe 40,
But you were
50
running that
people.
shit.
Yeah, we were running the entire server. The whole map
Yeah.
was ours. We had the largest base. We had the most people. We had alliances all across the map. We chose who lived, who died, essentially. Like we stopped people from coming to the server. Like new people coming into the server and starting to build and typing in chat. We would notice them immediately. We'd know everybody's name.
Just
So
go
we
fuck
would
'em
take
up.
care. Yeah, we would choose like, do we want these guys to be on the server or do we not want to give them a foothold, right? And then so we would just own the month.
So, Arg, you were saying that you were forming alliances. Like, is
Yeah.
that something within the game?
No,
Or
so
is it
there's
just
no
something-
mechanic. It's a community thing. Yeah,
So you
completely.
just talk to him. It's like, hey man, I won't shoot you. You don't shoot me.
Yeah, exactly. So like people would get to know you.
Please don't don't shoot.
No
That
rudeness.
happens.
No.
That happens. That happens more than you think and expect.
I bet. No,
yeah,
dude.
like me and David are running through some town down the road, right? We have AKs. We're fully stocked. We don't care about losing our gear because we have another whole set just sitting back home. And a couple of guys with bows will roll up on us, and they'll see that we have guns. Maybe we'll kill one of their friends, and the other guy will just drop on his knees and
Please.
say, "Please don't shoot me. I don't have much, whatever." Right? And that's when you have fun with them.
Yeah.
Right? That's when you start having fun with them. You have all the power. It's all in your hands. What you want to do.
Okay, so like, what can you do? Like,
can just-
let's say you have some guy that's on the floor. Like, well, what do you
you
do with
just
them?
fuck around with them. You know, I mean, you're talking to them, so you can
Love,
give
like,
you can give them some
define-
stuff. You can follow them to their base, for example, to see if you want to raid it later. They could be fucking with you.
Yeah.
Honestly,
They just
I've
baiting you or
had
something?
baiting you. I've had some guy roll up to our door and say, "Hey man, I'm new. Can I have some tools?" And maybe I was feeling generous that moment, so I handed him some tools, whatnot. In the meantime, he's just distracting me, and his friends are trying to boost into our base from like because we don't have our roof set up yet or something like that. So yeah, things can get intense.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So in DayZ is different, right? In DayZ, like you can actually
There's
do
no
some
building
crazy
aspect.
shit and
DayZ, well, so back when I used to play, there was no building aspect, but little by little, they've been
Oh,
adding
wow.
different, like adding tents and fortifications that
Oh,
you
I
can
didn't
do,
know they do that
and
now.
close up doors and basically make a building your own
Oh,
thing.
intense.
And so right now they do have persistent chests, persistent tents. So you can
That's
set up
cool.
shop, you can log off, and you don't lose your shit.
that's pretty interesting. But someone can steal it or
Absolutely.
take it or what have
Yeah.
you.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
what it is, just sitting in the server somewhere.
In Rust as well, if you log off, your guy just sleeps wherever you logged off. So you,
Oh, wait, hold on. Well, what do you mean he just sleeps? Like
he just
you,
goes to the floor and sleeps.
so
He's
you
like
physically
sleeping.
see the person
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
floor
Yeah,
sleeping.
You can kill
everybody.
them.
Yeah, you can kill them. You
Dude.
can loot them, body, whatever's on them. You can take it no matter what. But
you
so
want
that's
to
why.
sleep in your base.
Because that's very different from DayZ. When
Oh, okay.
DayZ you log off,
Yeah.
there's 30 seconds your dude sits on the floor, and in
Oh.
that 30 seconds anyone can walk up and kill you and take
Yeah.
your shit.
Okay.
But after the 30 seconds, you disappear.
Oh no.
And that's because your characters aren't constrained to one server.
Oh.
You can server hop.
Yeah, you can't server hop in Rust.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How many servers are there in DayZ? Or how
Thousands.
many were there? What? Really?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's like countless.
I don't
Shit,
think
dude.
Rust is thousands, but
Is this still popular? Like, do people still play
The last
DayZ?
time I played DayZ was a year ago.
And it was popping?
It was popping, yeah. It was fine.
Fuck.
It was still very alpha.
Dude, I
It was
can't
still
imagine
very
playing a
janky
game
as
like
fuck.
that. Like, Areg, you were saying, like, you're kind of over it, right? Like, you're in your phase where it's not quite,
let me
quite
tell
at
you.
the orbit of your life.
I mean, yeah, because I feel like I've gone through everything to get through in that game. I've been at the highest of highs.
and the
I've-
lowest of lows.
Yeah, I've been at the lowest of lows. And honestly, it's more of like a bad taste in my mouth kind of scenario because I've had so many alliances that I've made and allies. And eventually, like, what ends up happening is you're on TeamSpeak and there's 10 people at least in your TeamSpeak talking all at the same time, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to raid with like 30 people and people depend on you. A lot of times I'd have a lot of experience and extensive knowledge of like how to raid or how to build a base. So people will like ask you questions and you'll like say what the correct way is. But a lot of these people will go about doing their own thing. So it would cause a lot of stress amongst the group. I've had a clan, right? I've had 2 different clans that I've made, and like both of them have been disbanded because of people from within kind of wrecking shit that you'd never expect. Like we've had an autistic guy in one of our clans, for example, and he kind of messed up our base when he was building. And then everybody else in the group has to deal with like other players' consequences and things like that. So, for example, in the last clan I was with, another guy made an alliance with a different clan that we weren't aware of. Like we didn't know this guy was talking to other clans behind our back. And eventually he just kind of took a few of our members and went to the other clan and didn't invite us to raids and stuff that we wanted to do. And that started causing a division within the clan, right? And then now you're like, man, I'm just trying to play the game. I don't want to go through this bullshit drama. And people create drama. Like people, that's what they do. Like some people play all the time. They're always online. They get ahead, right? They kind of have more say and more power now because they're putting in more game time. And you can't really do much about that.
But what I find that interesting, you keep talking about clans and alliances and everything, and you're saying that there's no mechanical, like nothing in the game.
No mechanical thing.
Like
in the
that's
game.
fascinating. That's so cool that stuff like this can just show up.
Yeah, it's on your own to do
without
it.
like a foundation, without like the developers putting.
It's how you get
there.
ahead. It's the survival
It's
aspect.
interesting. Yeah, it's cool.
To win at the game, to get ahead, to progress, you have to develop that on your own.
Yeah.
I like that. I think that's like probably what is attracting most people to the genre in general is like the what is it, like action survival, right?
Yeah.
Like multiplayer action survival, whatever.
Yeah.
Like the fact that there's no, it's not like an MMO where things are structured and linear and you just, you level from this to this, you could join a guild and you could do like, you just have to come up with the systems on your own. It's like a big social experiment.
It is.
Really. And that's probably the appeal because it's like, it's a one-to-one correlation with how things go in life in a lot of ways.
If you're a moron, then you're not going to do well in the game, honestly.
If you're just a moron in life, you're going to be a moron in the game.
Yeah,
Is that
like
what you're
if
telling
you're a dick and you're an asshole to people in generally, that's how you are, and that's how you are in the game. It's gonna represent, like, your gameplay is going to be representative of how you are so on a social level.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're very like friendly and you make friends with people, you know how to like talk to people, and you're really good socially, then you'll make more friends in Rust, and that'll help you get ahead and progress even more. Right. If you're very sly and conniving and you like to scheme, and maybe you message people in Steam and tell them something to do in Rust, and you don't tell other people, right? And you kind of create these plans and plots.
And
right.
People trust you less.
Right. I mean, if you get caught, you get trusted less. If you don't get caught and all plays out the way you wanted it to play out, you might create some tension within like other people groups that you want to take over. For example, it's like conquering, dethroning people. There's like hierarchy, authority.
Damn, dude, it's like corporate ladder shit. It's like
Sort
incorporated
of.
like social, political, like...
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
yeah,
cool.
like a person with a deeper voice, just having a deeper voice already gives you a one up.
Oh,
because if you're talking on the mic and people are listening to you, they just tend to, warm up to the people who have like the deeper voice. Those people tend to be like more.
What if I talk like this? If I say, hey guys, let's go raid the base.
Shot, dude, on the
Yeah.
spot.
Let's go raid that base over the hill, boys.
Mid-sentence headshot, dude, straight up.
Yeah?
You get
Please
annihilated.
don't shoot me.
You'd be slave. They're slaves. They're slavery.
What the hell?
I mean, it's not in the game. Like, the game didn't make the slavery. The community made it. Literally, what you do is you tell people who wants to slave for me. And someone who is not getting, like, a good time with the game because they keep getting killed will say, I want to. And you provide them with gear. Like, I did this. I made a fucking shack. I made a little hut next to our giant,
Fucking
enormous
slave master,
fortress.
dude. Get the hell outta here.
We had a huge, enormous fortress, like high stone walls spanning like a quarter of the map was ours. And I wanted a slave to harvest wood for me because I didn't want to sit there for 2 hours chopping trees, right?
Dude, I
Because
made a slave
Bro.
harvest wood for me,
Bro,
dude.
bro.
Like,
Let me tell you, I'm big game at this point. I have like things to take care of. I have to be on my tower. Man, I have to be on my tower sniping fools crossing our territory, right? I can't just be chilling harvesting trees and risking getting shot out there. So I hire a slave, or I don't hire him, right? I just pay him in like game time or like gameplay aspects that he
Sure.
would not witness
Just help him out.
otherwise. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I give him like a little house. I make him this. I
So you
reward
lit-
him.
He
Okay.
scratches your back.
Exactly.
You scratch.
Yeah.
okay, so let me get this straight. You have a base,
Yes.
and you say, "Listen, slave, you can go."
No, you gotta
can
give me
go-
10K wood per day in this chest.
and
or-
here's your slave quarters.
Yeah.
inside of my
yeah,
base.
this
that
is what you
show-
can do.
Holy
This is
shit,
what you
dude.
can do. Yeah.
And do people do that
Yeah. People do that.
willingly?
Yeah, willingly.
Why?
Because they want to experience that.
Have you
It's-
slaved?
I have.
Oh!
I've been through the entire range of the game. I have slaved, yeah.
How was it?
I mean, it's fun depending on how your master is. You know, if your master's a fun guy,
So are we talking about?
I don't know what we're talking
Man.
about.
I don't know
anymore.
anymore.
if your master's a fun guy, it could be fun being a slave. You know, like if he does cool things, he actually spends time like getting to know you, and like
Sure.
maybe eventually you join the group, right? Like if you're slaving for a clan, maybe if you're very trustworthy, you're good, you're getting better at the game, you're a nice guy, they like you, maybe they bring you into the fold.
So let's call it an internship.
Almost,
instead of a slave.
Yeah, no, I didn't want to call it slavery. I was hiring a worker when I was talking about it.
Yeah, of course, dude. I mean,
I had a
it's
whole
just funny
reward
as
system
fuck.
too. Like I told him for every 5,000 wood he brings me, he gets a choice of like 1 out of 3 weapons that I present him with, and like this
Dude.
and that. Yeah, so it's
That's
pretty
fucking
cool.
funny, man.
That is very funny.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's cool.
We've-
I'm down,
we've-
dude.
We've rolled through the whole
I
spectrum.
don't know if
Goodness.
I'd ever be a slave, dude. In that kind of game, I'd be like,
You gotta be.
I'd be the dom, dude.
You have to be driven to insanity to get to that point. Like you have to
like
be
you just have to
trying.
be killed all the time.
Yeah,
and this and that.
You literally devoted like 100 hours building bases and they all got raided. You never survived one night. You just want to see what happens in the game like later on. And so you have some people help you out. You help someone out, they help you out. You know how it works. Also, another big reason to slave in the game is blueprints for crafting. So by default, you don't know all the blueprints. You don't know how to craft like an AK-47 and stuff like that.
Okay.
So in order to find those blueprints, you need to roam the world, find chests, barrels, blueprint fragments,
Yeah.
things like that. And alone with just a bow and some arrows, it could be really hard to accomplish that. So bigger clans and people who have groups and are stronger have a good foothold. Like we used to one time, we would offer blueprints in exchange for resources. It's essentially trading, but you're kind of creating like a little permanent trading area situation where they kind of live in your
a
shack.
local economy.
Yeah,
a little local economy.
The only difference is like I put a huge sign on their shack saying "Master's Slave" or whatever. Right? my name actually was Master Blaster when I was playing, so people would refer to me as Master. They would say, "Hey, Master," or this, that,
That's
whatever.
so
on
funny,
yeah.
dude.
Very cool.
So good times, man.
Have you
That's
done
it.
any conniving shit?
Oh, everything.
Yeah.
Done everything. Been the most trustworthy to the most betraying traitor ever. This game has really. That's why I'm done with this game now because
Yeah.
I feel like there's nothing else.
Brings out the evil
You
in you.
can't explore much further. Like
It-
for
yeah.
for what it is, like you've had every inch. of
Yeah,
it
I think
to
I've done
yourself.
everything there is. If I were to play again, I kind of know what to expect from everything. It's kind of boring now.
Well, if you were to play again, I would like to join. That seems.
Okay, that
think you
changes.
sold me on this
that
game.
changes everything. If you were to play,
Yeah.
that would change everything.
No, that sounds very interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be
man.
Seems like a
fantastic.
cool social experiment.
Looks like
it
he looks
seems
like
cool.
he sold you. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
cool,
feel like he
man.
did.
awesome.
Definitely a game I would like to try out. Maybe a bit later on once they finish it a bit more.
I
Is it
hope
still
so,
janky
man.
as
Once
fuck?
it's beta
It's-
instead of alpha, perhaps. Man.
You can definitely play the shit out of it. I mean, I dropped a lot of hours on it already, but they are adding new stuff. Oh, for example, the next big update they're gonna introduce an XP system. So I think they're gonna change
right.
up a lot about the game and how it's working.
Cool.
So when that happens, I'll probably play it a little more as well.
All right. Well, keep me posted.
I will.
This seems like a very interesting little game.
It is.
maybe next level let's play
Oh,
of
man.
Rust.
No, I
Continue.
highly doubt it.
Oh, really?
I highly doubt it. That would be like rated R times to the power of 10. Like,
Fucking A, man. Sounds good to me.
so much frustration.
Oh, boy.
All right. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and take a little break.
Okie
and
dokie.
We'll be right back.
Perfect.
All right, guys, we're back.
Oh, shit.
It's good to be back.
Where am I?
It's
What's going on?
welcome to the next level.
Oh, here. Oh, okay.
Right here,
All right,
Episode 10.
episode
man.
10.
A little too many
Part
stouts,
2.
dude.
Yeah, dude, I just took you all through Rust.
Yeah, that was quite an adventure.
Yes, it was.
Speaking of
And,
adventure games,
yeah, speaking of adventure, action, survival, there's also a couple of other games I was alternating between as I was playing Rust.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so...
Just like you're dissatisfied with one, you move to the other, and
Oh, yeah, I've rage quit a lot in Rust. So I would just double-click The Forest. So
Oh,
there's another
shit.
game called The Forest. This one
so
has...
that's a horror game, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. I
Dude,
mean...
fuck that.
Yeah, it's really nice and creepy, and it feels very cozy actually when you're playing it because their forest.
I don't know if cozy would
Yeah,
be the word.
you
to
look
describe the
skeptical. I
forest.
mean,
have you seen the fucking monsters you have to deal with?
I've seen. I think
The
like
fucking
there's
humanoid
like
tentacle
things? Yeah.
pygmies or some shit. I don't know about tentacles. I just
Yeah.
know like there's like tribesmen or
It's,
whatever.
Well-
it's humanoid tentacle monsters. Am I right?
Well, there's some of that. As,
Dude, fuck that.
Yeah.
Man, what is this stupid
Okay.
anime shit?
okay.
Dude,
The
Cthulhu,
game
man.
looks amazing, especially on good graphics. If you have the system to run it, the game looks beyond great. The forest, the trees, the leaves, all of that. That's why I say the game feels cozy because from the moment you start playing it and you're in the world, it feels like you're in the forest and all the sounds and the atmosphere, it feels very cozy. Now, yeah, knowing that you're on this map island where there's like a civilization of cannibals that's trying to kill you and like the game looking as good as it looks and realistic and darkish,
Cannibales,
it,
dude.
it gets a little creepy. Yeah, especially when like you hear noises around the bush behind you and you're not sure what you're gonna do because you ran out of Molotov cocktails. So you don't have fire
Is
anymore.
it-
It's raining.
Is it a story game or is it sandbox
Yes.
kind of you do your own shit?
No, so it does have a story to it, and yet again, this is another early access game.
Yeah.
So
Boo.
yeah, so the story is not fleshed out completely, but what happens is you're on a plane. The plane, something happens, turbulence, whatever, the engine gives out, and it crashes in a uninhabited location. When it crashes, you have this little cutscene where it looks like one of the cannibal inhabitants is taking your son away, and everybody else on the plane seems to be dead, so you seem to be the only survivor and potentially your son. And so really the implication there is that you have to find your son. You have to survive and find your son. So survival obviously comes first because you do need to eat and drink, and actually it's very difficult to go ahead and do that all throughout the game. For example, clean water. You need clean water. So drinking from a pond that's contaminated water that can hurt you, things like that.
Define hurt you. Like you get poisoned and your health goes down after a bit, or do you start turning into a fucking tentacle?
Okay, no. So you don't turn into like a monster or anything, but it
Aw.
does hurt your stamina and how much stamina you can have and run around and basic things like that. I'm sure they're gonna flesh it out more as they develop the game.
Yeah.
As
And-
they develop
yeah.
the game, dude. As they develop this game, as they develop Rust, as they
Yeah.
develop any
At a
other
very
fucking
slow
game,
pace.
dude. Yeah, of course.
But let me compare. The Forest has done really well compared to Rust. The Forest has a much smaller dev team than Rust, for example. And over time, they've really made a lot of changes and additions to the game and furthered the content of The Forest. And that's what I really like about it. I got the game a long time ago. So I played it a while ago. So I remember when it was still like prime early access, barely anything, super glitchy and buggy. But now the game is actually playable. There's different biomes like snow biome that they didn't have before. And a lot of stuff they've really improved. Whereas in Rust, man, it feels like they're just adding some stuff just because people need new content. They're not really testing out their game like they should be testing it out. People complain about the devs not playing their own game, and
Do you feel like in Rust they're just kind of throwing stuff at a wall and seeing what
yeah,
sticks?
I feel like they're not
Have
really.
they removed things that have been
They have.
too shit?
They have removed things. that
Too shit, dude.
yeah, they actually have, like, there was a pump jack you could put which would produce oil for you. They've taken that out. But I feel like the reasons they do things are not the right reasons for
They're just-
what they do them for.
Do they feel arbitrary or like?
No, I think some things, it just depends on the perspective you look at the game. For example, there's the people like the solo players. You can't possibly listen to the solo community on how to develop Rust because their perspective on the game is going to be different from large clans and people who have big groups and play Rust, right?
Yeah.
And also the devs have their own vision for the game and what they want to add and move out, right? And then the community begins to develop their own feedback that they have. So what do you do, right? Anyways, my point is the way Rust has been going is not anywhere good as how the Forest has been going when it comes to early access.
Dude, but here's my question. My question being that, okay, so you played the Forest. You played the Forest a while ago, and I suppose that you've played it also fairly recently because we're somewhat
Yes.
recently. Yeah. So my question is, and like possibly it's like a larger question just for early access in general. Like the reason I have a problem with it is not because I care about early access as a concept. I don't think early access as a concept is necessarily going to be bad. It just depends on the devs and the game, etc. What I don't like about early access is the fact that when you play a game that's in alpha or beta or whatever, you're going to get burned out of it fairly quick, I feel like. And then you're not going to really care so much about the final product because you've experienced what the game kind of has to offer for the time being. So in the case of the Forest that we've been discussing, like, don't you feel like you're just going to get bored again? Like you played it a while ago, you dropped it for a long time, and then you're playing it now recently again. And that's probably going to be a fairly short-lived session of play.
You're not wrong. There are going to be only so many times that I can build this wall or make this treehouse or kill these number of cannibals. And then, as long as I adventure through all the caves, I find all the things they have that they added. And then that's it, really,
And then do you care, like when the game is finally released? Yeah, you'll care, like you'll play. But like, do you really care? Will you really think like, oh, like I can't wait to play the Forest?
No,
Like,
not at all. Let me tell you, I think it depends all on who plays it with me.
So yeah, you were saying it's a co-op game, right?
Yeah, so they added
Is that how
co-op.
okay.
No, yeah, so the Forest didn't have co-op when I played it back when I first got it. And the reason why I started playing again is because they added co-op and now I could play with a friend. So you could experience the whole thing with a friend and that really changes things. Like, for example, I was saying I wouldn't play Rust again and I'm pretty much out of that game, right? But say if one of you picked up Rust and wanted to play, I kind of want to experience the thing with you because it would be a cool ride again to get you to learn how to play and experience all these things again. And I'd kind of re-experience them as well.
Sure.
Yeah. So speaking of running out of content and kind of getting bored with a game, there's another one, Subnautica, which is a really cool concept. I feel like basically what ends up happening in that game is you're a human that's going to colonize planets, but your ship, the Aurora, gets shut down, like in space. It gets shot by something and crashes on an uninhabited, like unknown planet.
Of course, dude.
Yeah, it's all aquatic though.
Yeah, that's cool.
So really that blew my mind when I actually loaded it into the game and I started playing for the first 5 minutes and it was all aquatic underwater and you can go above the water and see like your ship in like the air and there's like birds flying because there's some
Dude,
islands.
I remember you used to tell me like when you were a kid or like earlier, like when we were like just when we first met or something, like one of your biggest fears when you were a kid was like not underwater, but underwater.
The abyss.
Like the abyss of the water,
Yeah,
like
the
the ocean,
helplessness.
like underneath.
Yeah,
what,
the
like,
vastness of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely I'm afraid of that. I have like a natural fear of that. So playing the game and delving underwater, going deep and seeing like the darkness and the abyss of the water and how you have no clue what's there and there's monsters, but you're not sure what's going to happen. That is really a thrill on its own. So the game looks beautiful. Like,
so that's a completely single player thing, right?
yeah, so that doesn't have co-op. It's single
For now,
player. Yeah.
because again, it's early.
No,
and
hold on.
it's-
For now,
For now.
like, are they gonna add co-op and multiplayer and?
Not anytime soon. So that's
But
the
yes.
Well, you know what? They haven't guaranteed it, but as someone who plays the game, I think it would do the game very good. One of the big reasons I would play again when they release new content, not only for the content, is if I could play with a friend.
Yeah.
If someone could experience the thing with me and we can do things together.
And it really does a lot of longevity to a game when you play with other people.
It
Dude,
does.
it's the entire Like it's the entire
appeal
thing.
of video
Yeah,
games
of
when
course.
you play
dude.
with other people.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, especially for something like a survival genre, or like, I feel like if you're doing it solo, you're not really accomplishing much. Like, what is it? Our friend Coco, right? He was like, we were, you know, he's a big Dota player, right? Like, and he loves Dota and he loves shit like, Warhammer, like the RTS games and stuff. And, I remember when we all jumped from Dota to Fallout 4 and we started playing Fallout 4. And then Coco was like, I don't see the appeal, you know, like I feel like you're just doing quests or you're like, I can't feel like I'm owning AI. Like I don't feel like I'm owning anything.
AI isn't owning, bro.
Yeah, owning AI isn't. It's like a meaningless experience.
So like it just really made me think like, is the point of video games to own?
Yeah, but no, it's not always to own. I mean, like he's wrong in
For
that
him,
way.
maybe.
But like, yeah, but like, I feel like
The
he has a
social
point in the
experience.
sense that there is some kind of benefit. Well, I mean, not some kind. There's a complete positive benefit to having a co-op or a multiplayer experience, especially in something like survival. Like if you're playing a survival game and it's just a solo survival game and you're just up against the AI, it's kind of like, I don't know, it feels odd. Like you're just playing like, what is it, 5-card poker and you're against the dealer, and it's like, it's not as fun, I feel like, as Texas Hold'em. Like you're with the table, you're with against the people, like, or you're, I don't know, like it's more fun just with more people, especially
It's like that movie, The I Am Legend.
Yeah,
where he's all alone. Like if you made a video game out of that,
Oh, sure.
yeah, I mean it could be cool, but it would really depend on what's the content really there. You know, if there's zero social experience.
His dog.
For example, like there's this game Natural Selection 2. I don't know if you guys have heard of it.
I've heard of it.
It's aliens versus humans, and all the players are players, like actual humans playing, not AI. But if you could make another version where the aliens are just AI and the humans are the players, it would not be as fun at all. Like not having players to go up against and having AI and NPCs only to go up against.
I don't know, man. That's just a different kind of game. Cooperative games are very different from like PvP. Like
I guess
it's a different.
It has a lot to do with
I don't
your
think that's a fair
understanding of
comparison.
how AI works. I feel like if you're aware of how AI works, like if you're playing against like chess, if you're playing against AI chess,
Natural Selection 2,
Yeah.
isn't that just an FPS?
yeah, essentially it's an FPS.
Just like a shooter.
But it's a little more in depth. Like the aliens aren't shooting. Like it's first person view, but you do other stuff. So I mean, my point is, if you were to play like chess, for example, against AI, that's different than playing against a live person.
Sure.
So on like a very simple, small scale like that, if you were to make it grander into like a whole game, that's kind of the level that I'm talking about. So if you play AI chess and AI against a FPS like bot, versus, you know, like if you're playing Heroes of the Storm, for example, and you're playing against computer controlled versus human controlled, right? It becomes predictable. You know what's going to happen. You know what they're going to do eventually. Whereas it's human, you're not sure.
You can like gimp AI too, like in a lot of games, or you can like kind of learn how to exploit it or what have you. Like for instance, in like Civ 5, like you could be playing against AI and you could know for a fact that like when you're trading with like like you're in war with like, I don't know, fucking Gandhi, right, of India, and you're at war with him because he always wants to go to war and nuke your ass. And easy. You're at war with him, and then you say, listen, like you're wrecking him, like you're completely like just his entire country is in flames basically, and you're like, listen, I want a peace treaty, like I don't want to bomb you, I don't want to be at war anymore, I will literally just annihilate you from this life. And he says, no, I want all your elephants and all your thing and all your this and that before I even consider a peace treaty. And like behind him, you just see his country like up in flames. Like it makes no sense, right? But then when you're playing with people, like you have a full game of like 8 people playing a fucking Civ game, it's just a different experience because you're not gimping AI, you're dealing with personalities and you're dealing with like, I think that, yeah, you're right. I mean, that cooperative games are just a different beast. Some are good. Like for instance, Divinity Original Sin, you play along with a partner and it's an RPG and that's fun. And it would be weird
Even
if
Horde mode games, like the Gears of War Horde.
Yeah.
Like, I played that shit so much, man.
Yeah.
Like it's fun. It's different.
But see, then that's something like Evolve. You know that game Evolve?
Yeah.
Like where you can be the alien that everyone is trying to fight.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of game, but it's fucking cool. Like it's a concept. Like that's really awesome that like you can be the enemy that's fighting and you have different abilities and you have this and that. Like so like in the case of Subnautica or The Forest or these action adventure games, I feel like going up against AI is just kind of a hollow feeling in the end. Like, yeah, it's cool because it looks nice and it has like cool little things and you could take screenshots or tell your friends, but like it's not an experience that I would rate highly.
Agree. I agree. Like in the forest it's a good example of the forest because you're going up against AI, even though it's co-op, right? You're playing with a friend, but you're not going up against other players. And I feel like if I was going up against other players, if it wasn't AI,
Yeah.
there would be a whole different element to the game now that I'm worried about or thinking about or something that I want to do in the game, right? Like there's a different urgency. There's a different kind of value to the game if I'm dealing with people now as opposed to just the NPCs and the bots, right? Like in the forest, I think about exploring and I want to find this new content, explore that cave. But if I was playing against players, I would say, wow, while I'm doing that, they might get me. You know, I have to deal with this now. I have
It's
to
just a
think
different
about
way of thinking.
it's a whole different element.
But see, it wouldn't have to be like Rust. It wouldn't have to be in the sense like you have, like a 200-person server. Let's say in the case of the forest, it's you and your buddy trying to survive on this island against cannibals. Let's say there's 2 other people, just 2, who are doing the same thing and who could view you as enemies or as friends or whatever. That already adds a different dynamic. Just 2 more people. It doesn't have to be a 200-person server.
Yeah.
I'm not saying every cannibal has to be a player. I'm just saying that, like what were you saying, right? In DayZ, like there's the zombies, but then there's also the other people.
Yeah.
Doesn't that
mix and
just
match.
make it a more rich experience?
Yeah, a combination.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like in I Am Legend, that movie again. I'm gonna bring it up.
Yeah.
If there was one other person in the world versus nobody,
There
it
was.
already- it-
There was
yeah,
the
there
chick,
was.
right?
But I'm
Yeah.
just saying it makes a huge difference. Nobody versus someone.
Sure.
Yeah,
Fucking Will Smith, man.
it was great.
Yeah. He's okay.
That scene with the dog where he had to.
Dude,
Oh,
you
man,
know
that was
Will
so-
Smith is gonna get wrecked when his dog gets wrecked. Like that's just like storytelling 101.
I was
you know?
so
Like,
sad. It
I
was
was
like
So are we dumping spoilers right now? What's going
the
on?
Lion King
Dude,
all over
this-
again.
Are we spoiler casting the legend?
I didn't
Or
say-
was
I
it
didn't
I
say-
Am Legend.
Dude,
Bro, it was-
that movie is so old.
Yeah,
What do you
it's
mean?
so
That's
old.
like
I haven't
spoiler
seen that movie.
Oh my
Really?
god,
I
man!
don't give 2 shits.
Oh,
It's
you
fine.
don't care? Okay.
You
Yeah,
have
the
to
dog
watch.
For our
dies.
listeners, my dude.
No, don't
Bro,
do this.
Are you serious? Did
Bro.
it literally? We should have a limit. Like if it's a 7-year-old movie or more, like
Okay, fine. All right. So I Am Legend. I think it's dog dies. All right. Fine.
The dog dies.
It is
guys.
what it is.
it is. I'm not gonna tell you the ending. I don't need to
But
tell
like
you the ending.
spoiling something like Star Wars and saying that the movie is shit. Like we shouldn't say that.
Well, I think the movie's shit.
The movie is shit. Though.
it
yeah.
is shit. Okay.
I mean, it's
What
dog
the fuck?
shit.
We're all on the same page.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was a
Dude.
comedy. Like the only way I can
It
at
was
all.
a comedy.
Yeah, the only way I can
Like
at all.
I honestly
satisfy
think
myself.
that I think you can like it. You can definitely like it. There's
I
nothing.
can see the appeal of it.
Yeah.
It's
But if
entertaining.
you sit there or stand there or whatever in front of me and tell me it was a legitimately good movie, a good movie, not that you liking it and it being a good movie are different things.
Dude, it was
okay?
an average comedy. It was like a 5
Bro,
out of
shut the fuck up.
6
dude.
out of 10 comedy like movie.
Bro, all I'm saying is if you're in front of me telling me it's a
rom-com,
good
right?
movie, I have to question your taste in movies. That's it.
Wow.
That's really
so judgmental, man.
I'm a judgmental person, dude.
Okay.
I don't think you're bad or anything if you like it or if you think it's good, but like I kind of won't take your opinion later when you tell me, like another movie's good. I'll be like, okay, I'll have to look at the
Take it with a
IMDb first.
Grain of salt. Like, you like Star Wars?
Deadpool was really good, guys. No spoilers. Just go
I
watch
want
it.
to
seen
see
that.
that so
Yeah, you should. It was pretty fun.
Dude, I'll tell you
I'm
this.
not the biggest fan of Deadpool.
I enjoyed it. It
Oh,
was,
dude, Deadpool's
really,
cool.
I find it's annoying. Like, what's a superpower? He breaks the fourth wall. Like, all right, dude.
Well, he's like, what is his thing? He's like he has more regenerative capability than Wolverine and stuff.
I mean,
Yeah, like, he
he's really
regenerates,
good at.
And he has a brain tumor, so
fighting.
he's like consistently getting crazier.
No, I mean, okay, that's his
But he can't
power
die.
in the sense of like his power. He doesn't actually have a power like the other mutants. His mutation is he just regenerates. It was
regenerates.
artificial, like
Doesn't he have
it was
strength?
manually done. Like it's not like he mutated.
Yeah, like Wolverine. Like didn't they?
So
like,
yeah,
inject him with
exactly. They
shit?
kind of like what they did with Wolverine,
Yeah.
similar things. Yeah. So I mean, he's just got it good at martial arts. He's kind of like Batman, honestly, but regeneration powers.
Okay.
That's what it is.
He's nothing like Batman, dude.
Yeah, he's like
Don't compare
man,
Batman to
he's like-
fucking
he's like a
Deadpool,
martial
dude.
artist.
Don't,
Yeah,
don't
they-
insult me.
They should fight. Batman and Deadpool fighting.
Batman will fucking wreck him, dude.
You don't know, man. You never know. I don't think so. Honestly, I don't think so.
I don't know, dude.
Batman always finds a way, though. I mean, he's gonna beat Superman, right? In this Superman
I don't
versus
think,
Batman.
dude. I don't know, but I think in the movie it's gonna be like they're fighting, and then something comes along and they go like, okay, let's stop fighting, let's band together. That's honestly
Yeah,
how-
there for sure has to be some bigger evil
Lex
that happens.
Luthor or
Like,
some
Lex
shit.
Luthor.
Shit, dude. I don't know.
Lex Luthor, dude.
Bro, fuck
That
Lex
guy's
Luthor, man.
what? He's the shit, man.
Lex
What's
Luthor-
his
Lex
power?
Luthor is
Does
the
he have a
shit,
power?
but the Lex Luthor
He's
in
a
this
smart-
movie is gonna be dumb.
He's a smart guy, dude. He's intelligent.
all he is?
That's his power. Yeah,
He's a good
he sees
businessman.
the
He's
truth,
super
man.
charismatic. He's like just
He sees the truth.
I don't know, bro.
He knows the greater good, man. He's one of those guys. He's a
I
true.
think someone
he's a
like
true leader.
Magneto is more of a threat. Like someone that actually does shit.
Magneto's old though. He's gonna die of old age pretty soon.
Bro, Magneto controls fucking metal, man.
Not for long.
Bro.
He's gonna pass out soon.
Magneto's fine.
he's gonna pass out. He's
Yeah.
gonna be like,
He's gonna pass away, dude. He's an old guy.
oh man, I don't know, dude. Honestly, like
New age.
I think my favorite hero is definitely Batman.
Yeah.
Like without a
with you.
doubt. Like Batman is just like baller. He's
Mine used to be Spider-Man until they fucked up the movies. And then
Batman is
I
just
jumped
classic, man. Batman is just classic.
I like Flash too as just his power. I like it a lot. I like the
bro. This is Sonic the Hedgehog, dude. Okay.
no, bro, but he's cool. Like he can outrun death and all this shit. Like it's like,
Theoretically,
legit.
the
Wait,
Flash
hold
is
on,
the
wait.
strongest out of all of them.
No, bro.
Wait,
Yeah.
who?
The Flash.
The strongest?
Yeah.
No.
I think so. I think in
Stronger
the
than
comics,
Superman.
He's
Yeah.
faster than Superman.
Yeah, I think.
Superman can't die.
Well, yeah, he can.
Yeah, he can.
He's immortal.
No.
No, he
Or
can't. He
like
died
he's
of kryptonite or whatever.
Law of kryptonite, dude. Where the fuck is Flash gonna get kryptonite?
Anywhere that anyone else
From,
gets it in
from,
the fucking
from
comic.
Batman.
From Krypton.
From
Is he gonna
Batman.
run to Krypton?
No, he's gonna run to Batman.
He just runs to Gotham. Hey, I need some kryptonite. He runs back to fucking
Yeah, exactly.
wherever else. Dude, I don't know. It's funny because like the Flash, like, yeah, okay, it's just super speed. Like you don't have to think about it too much. But if you do think about it a lot, like it's interesting because like he can outrun this like light. He can outrun death itself. Like there's an actual thing where he outruns death. Like a physical manifestation of death cannot catch up to him. So he can outrun the fact that he can die. Like that, like metaphysically, he's such a cool hero. He's fucking cool.
That is
as
pretty
fuck.
cool.
He's
I
like
didn't know about
Wiz.
that.
He's like Wiz from Dragon Ball Super.
Wiz Khalifa? Oh.
No.
Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah,
dog.
might as well be. But Wiz from Dragon Ball Z, the fastest being in the universe.
Wait, Dragon Ball Z
Or Dragon Ball Super, I mean.
The
Sorry.
new one, yeah.
Wiz,
Okay.
he's the strong, not the strongest, the fastest being in the universe. So being the fastest is definitely has its ups and not so many downs, I
Sure.
think.
Like being
Sure.
the strongest, like you'll have some weaknesses. I'm pretty sure, but like being the fastest, like you know, it's dexterity versus strength.
It's more
I guess.
practical, I feel
I'll
like.
take strength any day.
I would take strength any day, but you know,
Over speed?
Absolutely.
Man, I have to remember what a great fighter once said. You guys know Conor McGregor, right? Current. Oh, you guys don't follow UFC?
No,
Okay.
dude.
Current featherweight champion
Okay.
Conor McGregor and soon to be lightweight champion. He says precision beats power and timing beats speed.
Hmm.
All
okay,
right, so think about that.
timing beats.
So you want strength, but without accuracy, your strength is null, right? And then you want speed.
If you have enough strength, you don't need accuracy.
Of course you
You
do.
just flail your arms and you'll fucking nail the guy.
All right, dude.
It's all good.
Okay, we're gonna agree to disagree.
Dude, all I know is that I would take strength as well. But you know, like
Basically, it comes down to Hearthstone. Would you rather go warrior or rogue?
Oh, we all know
That's
the
what it
answer.
comes down to.
We all
That's
know.
what it comes down
No,
to.
I mean, it doesn't come down to that at all. But we all know the answer to that anyway.
warrior.
Which is,
I mean, of course, I would pick.
go on.
What, dude? Say it, dude. Say it.
Rogue just because John hates it.
Okay,
No, dude, no warrior. Easy warrior, dude. Rogues are like little punks.
I know you think that. That's why I would pick Rogue just to fuck
Oh
with
yeah,
you.
dude, warrior. Like, how you gonna mess with a warrior, dude? A warrior, like someone just like so, like the crux of everything, the crux of like morality, the crux of action and thought. Like everything culminates in what a warrior is. Like he just moves forward, and the world has to follow him.
What-
Like that's that. Like it's fucking nuts, dude.
What culminates in a wizard then?
Like the wizard gets his power from outside of himself. That's the thing. That's the point of a wizard, is that he doesn't
Wait,
have
what
his
do
own
you mean?
power.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
What?
In like general fantasy, like the arcane and stuff like that, like
Oh,
the
they,
like magical
read
power.
books and shit.
It's power from outside of themselves that they summon and manipulate.
What about a monk? Spiritual. It's from within.
I like the monk too, dude. A
Okay.
monk is all about the key energy.
So wouldn't the monk be more ultimate than
No, because
warrior?
the monk takes a moral stance on things. The warrior doesn't need to. The warrior transcends morality. That's the point. But the monk is in the moral system. That's what makes him a monk. That's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm still gonna beat you with my rogue.
Bro, like, get real, dude. You're mill
see.
rogue.
We'll have a little Hearthstone face-off eventually at some point.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude. I feel like a next level Hearthstone tourney. Dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
that'd
could
be
we
nice.
could host
That'd be
one for sure.
Yeah.
We can maybe have some
Bring in
people
some
join
guests.
in later
Like
on.
guests.
Yeah,
Hell yeah, dude.
if they want to
Like
verse the
we'll
top.
have like an actual
top
ladder
dogs.
and a prize and everything. I'm down.
I mean, I'll definitely sit out because I'm gonna win. So I want to give you guys a chance.
Dude, you think so, huh?
Yeah, I do think so.
Wow, ski, dude.
Well, you have to believe it for it to even be possible, right?
Okay.
No, dude, I feel like there's some nice rivalry happening right now.
I feel like the biggest threat I would face is you, Areg,
yeah, most likely.
I think so.
or
too.
David Safarian.
I beat David with my decks. There's no way David Safarian is ever going to like reach the caliber like in the by the tournament time.
Another great.
He's a
thing-
good player, but like if I can beat him with my decks, like I think you guys are just operating on a different level of game.
Another great thing. Another great fighter has said is,
Get ready.
I wouldn't want to fight me either, guys. So don't worry.
Okay.
We're like,
All right, dude.
ski, dude. I'll get my fucking warrior, dude, and just wreck face.
With your Grim Patron deck.
Yeah, man. It'll be fun on a bun.
All right, man.
Sounds Gucci.
Well, I highly recommend you play Subnautica and The Forest, and maybe even Rust at some point. But for now, I think we should check out Street Fighter.
Oh man, Street Fighter just came out today, and I purchased it. And
How you liking it, man?
So far, haven't spent too much time in it. Of just a few hours. Very interesting.
Are you a Street Fighter guy?
I'm a fighting game guy.
Okay.
I like fighting games. I didn't really get into Street Fighter a whole lot. Like I played Street Fighter 2 quite a bit, but that was a while ago. I was more into Tekken. I was more into Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I mean, I felt obligated to pick this game up just because it's such a monumental game. You know,
It's
Street
been
Fighter 5.
I've like for years now they've been like doing stress tests and like different
Yeah.
balancing stuff.
Yeah.
I've seen screenshots and gameplay videos and just like gifs and all this crazy shit, dude. Like and just I feel like this is just you're right. It is a monumental kind of entry into the genre now. Like I mean I haven't heard much about it as just
It's
a regular
interesting
gamer
because
but
in the professional circuit, they have stopped Street Fighter 4 and they've been doing Street Fighter 5 for the last 6 months, even before the game has been out.
like a demo version or like what?
Like whichever, like the alpha version that was out.
Mm-hmm.
And I find that very interesting.
Not a
And,
lot of games will just
yeah,
jump. Like
the-
Super
the
Smash has
community-
been on
yeah.
Melee for God knows
Mhm.
how long. Like,
yeah, and there's still a very big community playing Melee.
yeah, and
But
they're never
for the
going to
most
change.
part, Street Fighter community for the most part have
They
all
jumped,
jumped,
huh?
to Street Fighter 5.
I like that,
And
man.
I think that's saying a lot.
yeah, no, that's
and from
cool.
the very little I've played of this game, they've done some very interesting, cool things to just freshen up the genre a little bit.
Like what? Like what? What's like
Basically,
one
they
thing,
added-
one big thing.
For lack of a better word, they added passives to characters.
Oh, wow.
It's called V skill. Okay,
That's
so
cool.
everyone, if you press your medium punch and medium kick at the same time, everyone gets a V skill, and everyone is different. It doesn't cost any meter. Every character does something a little different, whether it's a fake punch so you can fake people out, or it's a jump in the air. If you click it again, you do like a dive down. Everyone has something different. And if you use it enough, you build up your V meter, and that's basically, it gives you a steroid. Once you fill that up, it boosts your attack power of your punches or boosts the attack power of your kicks, just depending on your character. It's just, that's just one of the changes that they did.
That's
And
slick, man.
This is definitely something I would want to talk quite a bit about. Maybe
the
next
future?
week, maybe in the future.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
You know, honestly,
But from
like
the very little I've played, I'm intrigued. Very
not my
intrigued.
genre, but I can definitely appreciate it and enjoy it. So
Yeah.
You like warriors, but the fighting genre is not your genre.
it's not my genre because I'm awful at just like combos, memorizing the button presses, and
Was
I
there a
panic
fighting
on the
game you
push.
ever got into?
I mean,
Smash Brawl.
Smash is but that's not a
It's not
fighting
even a
game.
fighting game.
It's a brawling.
It is a
Yeah.
fighting game.
You would say that's a big statement, man. You know, a lot of people like.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, a lot of people like get heated
Well,
about
what
that.
else is it if it's not a fighting
People
game?
say it's a party brawler
Platform fighter.
Yeah, I mean,
Platform fighter.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying, like, saying
it's
that
like
is a
I
huge...
just wouldn't put that in the same category as Street Fighter,
Tekken.
and Mortal
I
I
Kombat
wouldn't
and
put it in the
Tekken.
same category, but it would be like a subcategory that's very close to it.
Yeah, subcategory of fighting game, absolutely, sure.
Yeah.
But I don't
You'd be
think
in
it's
that
a pure
area.
fighting game.
No,
Like, I
it's
would
not a
say-
pure fighting game. No.
Yeah.
No, it's not a pure fighting
So
game.
I would say if you
Mortal
asked...
Kombat, pure fighting game.
Yeah,
Sure.
if you ask me, like, what's a fighting game I've gotten into, Smash is the closest thing.
Okay.
I didn't grow
I
up
feel
like
you
with
would
a...
like Soul Calibur, man.
Oh, I do love Soul Calibur.
There you go.
Actually, but like I'm not great at it, but I love playing it. It's
Yeah.
fun as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
I
Soul
put quite a
Calibur is
few hours
really
into
cool.
that.
Yeah, no, dude, I like fighting games. I'm just bad at them. And it's not my genre. I don't like go after like, oh,
Yeah.
I need the next one, but I will always play, dude. Like,
I love the competition. I
Yeah.
love going like neck to neck with someone, and
that's cool.
yeah, it's fun.
I usually get my ass handed to me in fighting games, so I tend to not play them too long.
Just need practice.
I do.
You just need practice.
I'll practice with you.
good
Sparring
to me.
partners, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Honestly, dude, like this
Honest.
year, I mean, this is our first episode on the new year. I'm fucking happy. I'm loving it. And I think this is going to be a great fucking year for games, dude. Like
Yeah.
one of the biggest ones I'm excited for is
Oh, here we go.
fucking Dark Souls
yeah.
3,
Yeah.
dude.
Please don't even get that started.
Yep.
right now.
Bloodborne has become one of my favorite games of all time, and I know that like Dark Souls 3 is just taking like cues
I
from Bloodborne.
literally purchased the PS4 for Dark Souls 3.
Hell yeah.
Like that was really one
Oh,
for
you're gonna
one.
play on PlayStation?
Yeah.
Oh no,
Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's cross-platform, but I'm sure
Street Fighter is cross-platform.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
That is very cool,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's not on Xbox. Haha.
Oh,
Wait, why?
Isn't that crazy?
even more cool?
Wait, what's wrong with Xbox?
No, I don't own an Xbox.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
No, but yeah, it's really interesting, man. Like Street Fighter 5, it's only on PC and it's only on PlayStation. I think that's nuts.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
That is kind of odd.
hmm
Why it wouldn't be?
How
on
does it make
Xbox.
you feel, John?
I don't feel anything about it. I think it's just odd.
Is that so?
It's an odd trait of a well-established series that's
PS4
usually been
superior.
accessible to everybody to not be on Xbox One or.
Yeah. I bet it's some type of timed exclusive. I give it a year.
Dude, honestly, I'm saying if Bloodborne ever comes to PC, easy with day one buy.
Yeah.
I love this so much. I would play it again and again and again.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm waiting for Dark Souls,
Dark
3.
Souls
That
3,
game
yeah.
looks okay.
Yeah,
that
no,
game's
no,
amazing.
easy.
Yeah,
no, I can't
sure.
wait, dude. Like,
we'll
There's-
have an entire little episode for that.
Yeah.
bro, we'll have way more than a fucking episode for that
Maybe
shit,
a whole
dude.
Let's Play, huh?
Yeah, man. No, let's play something good.
Yeah.
I think something great because Dark Souls 3 is like, it's the end of the trilogy. It's the end of that series, I think.
It is.
And like, I don't know, it kind of, like Dark Souls in general, we've talked about it a lot on the podcast too. Like, it has changed the face of gaming, really. It's like beyond itself, it's made like different genres and stuff try to strive to be as difficult. People say like, oh, this is the Dark Souls of RPGs. Oh, this is the Dark Souls of RTS games. Like, it's like
Yeah.
become part of like, it's like
a
saying
household
like,
name.
I'm going to Google something. Like, it's become part of the culture. It's become part of the general lexicon that people use to standardize, define things.
It's another tool for elitist gamers to use to say you're not a hardcore gamer enough. If you
That
haven't
is
played
true.
Dark
Sure.
Souls.
Bro, honestly, I'm not a hardcore gamer and all, and I still beat fucking
Of course,
Bloodborne.
you're a hardcore gamer. What's wrong?
Yeah. I
with
think all three of us
I'm not,
qualify as
I'm
hardcore
not
gamers.
hardcore in
you?
the
Amin
sense that,
said he's a fighter type of guy, and I think of fighting and racing games as the fake gamer genre.
Whoa.
Games. So I'm not.
Sports are the fake
Yeah,
games,
no
dude.
sports. I don't even count those. Like
Bro, racing and fighting are two of my favorite
I
genres. Get
know.
the fuck out of
I
here.
used to play that. I know, but that's like the fake gamer.
No.
genres.
I don't.
No.
This is
They're on the
interesting.
No.
bottom of the
No.
gaming genre.
I don't think fighting. Maybe
Dude.
racing you can make a case for, but
Fighting
For
game is the
console-
purest fucking video
for
game.
console gaming.
Rocket League is definitely like a
Bro, Rocket League is sports, dude. It's
for
dumb.
console gaming, yeah.
I will throw Rocket League under the bus
Oh
if
my
he's
gosh.
if he's saying bad shit about fighting games.
Okay.
No.
For console gaming, but you do PC fighting gaming, which is weird, dude. Like back in the day, okay,
do you
there's
mean?
two whole audiences of gaming. There's the console gamers and there's the PC gamers. I tend to do a combination of both.
Okay.
But
I'm
there's
straight
a-
PC.
But yeah, so you're PC, but it's just the modern day.
I'm
and
PC, bro.
Yeah. don't trigger me, dude. But it's the modern day and age that's allowing you to play a fighter game on your PC. Like back in the day, you would
go to an arcade.
You'd be arcading, yeah, and then console game fighting, racing. That's why. So when I think of fighting and racing games from the old age, I feel like they're more of like a console gamers.
So wait, would you
genre.
say that all console gaming is generally
Not
a
anymore?
lower tier?
Not anymore, but I feel like console gaming comes secondary to PC gaming, dude. Like when it comes
to
like
who?
My image of the hardcore gamer, like PC Master Race. That's
Yeah,
what I
no,
think.
you're right. I see where he's going with
No,
that.
I see what he's saying, but he's wrong. Like,
I don't think
fighting game. Okay, the one thing that you said that is just straight fucking wrong. You're saying racing games and fighting games are the less pure video games.
Are secondary to RPG. Any other genre you can think
I
of,
don't
FPS.
know that, dude.
I'll disagree with that. Yeah.
I don't know about that.
I think
I mean,
racing.
that's
saying that PC above console,
Yeah.
like I can understand.
Yeah.
I can see what you're saying.
and then
hardcore
within
gamer and all
that, you can break it down even further to say RPG, FPS, all those other gaming genres are
FPS started
tier-
on PC though.
a tier above what?
FPS. Oh yeah, FPS started on like PC gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like FPS, RPG genres, for example, are a tier above fighting and racing games. Like in my mind,
I feel like you can make a case for racing, but I think fighting games are definitely up there with like
they're big. I'm not saying they're unpopular, but
no. I mean, like
my
they're up
mind-
there with like gaming technical skill. Like you know how like niche those markets are now. Even like not many people just play like fighting games. Like that's like a like if I was in a classroom, like just a normal class, which I go to school, and I asked everyone what games do you play, I'm fairly certain people would not say like fighting games like Street Fighter. They
know
might say
what?
Mortal Kombat, but
You know
They-
what?
No, dude. They would say Call of Duty.
Yeah.
They would say Halo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most people that I meet that aren't gamers, like they don't spend a lot of time playing games like I do, for example.
FIFA?
Yeah, no, I mean, other than sports, they tend to play fighting or racing games.
Yeah, they
people
do
who
that.
are bad at games, if they play games, they're less bad at fighting and racing games than they are at any other game.
That's not fair. That's not a fair thing to say.
I mean, that's what I've experienced. It's my personal experience from whatever I've witnessed and experienced.
Have you played a fighting game
Yeah.
that someone fucking rapes you, dude?
Yes, I told you earlier. I get my ass handed to me. That's why I don't play fighting games. But that's on a hardcore competitive level. People don't do that unless they're already hardcore gamers. So I'm talking about just like people in general. People who aren't hardcore gamers tend to play more things like fighting and racing games.
No.
So that's why I say they're not as more of
No,
like a
they tend to
hardcore
play
genre.
more sports. They tend to
Yeah.
play more FPS.
Yeah.
Not fighting game. Fighting
FPS
game is a
for
lot more
sure.
hardcore than you're making it out to be.
Yeah, I'll agree with Emin on there.
Fighting games are difficult.
I definitely
Okay.
think the PC is like the epitome of like hardcore gaming over the console.
I mean, there's the whole smash buttons thing, dude.
what do you mean?
Where did the whole smash buttons for fighting game come from? It's from the
Arcade.
vast majority. Yeah, arcade, and like a vast majority of people of not really learning how to play the fighting game the way it's meant to be played.
If you have someone that knows what they're doing, goes up against a button masher, they will destroy them.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. But in order to know what you're doing in a fighting game, you have to devote time to it. It's like you have
Absolutely.
to learn how to play
so
the game.
How can you qualify that as a lesser game? There's so much technical skill you need.
I think-
to
No,
get
That's
to
not
a
what I
higher
mean. I
level.
don't mean like a lesser game in the sense that it requires less technical skill. It requires a lot of technical skill. There's
Yeah.
a huge learning curve. Yeah. But I'm saying never in my life do I ever think, man, this fighting game that's coming out, I can't wait for it. This is going to be big. This is going to be huge. This fighting game is going to sweep all the gamers out of their seats. You think of games as Skyrim like that. Like when Skyrim comes out, that's like all the gamers jump on that PC Master Race. You never think of any fighting or racing game in any of those genres like you would ever think of like World of Warcraft, Skyrim, like a huge game that's going to sweep you off your feet. There's no fighting or racing game, and never can there be one, I feel like, in that genre that can do that. That's why I think of them as secondary.
I don't know,
genres
bro.
in
I'm
games.
just thinking back to all the games that got me hyped up earlier in the past and right now.
They've been fighting games.
They've been a lot of fighting games. They've been a lot of racing games. Like Gran Turismo
Interesting.
4, when that originally came out on the PlayStation
Yeah.
2, I was glued to that fucking
there
thing.
there
dude.
were a lot
really-
of people that really like were like the next Gran Turismo is going to be the big thing. Is going to be realistic as fuck. It's
Yeah,
going to be
don't
this.
you
it's
remember the
that.
hype behind?
Yeah,
what was it the last one? Gran Turismo 5.
Yeah, there was
whatever that
huge shit
It
about.
definitely
Gran
has an
Turismo.
audience, but that's
Yeah.
interesting because for me, fighting racing games are just in the back, like
Damn,
the
dude.
dark little damp corner of all
Damn,
gaming.
dude.
Yeah.
Fun
That
on a
is
bun,
definitely,
dude.
yeah, that is definitely something.
Well,
I
you
would
can
like to
change my
explore with
mind.
you. Yeah.
With the Street Fighter right now, you can
Yeah.
change my mind.
Let's see what happens. Well, first we have one email.
Ooh, whoa.
Yeah, we have an email from Video James,
Oh, of course, dude. If anyone is gonna be Video James.
and his question is, "Are you guys still doing emails?" Yes.
Yes.
This answers
Please
the
send us
question.
emails. Anyone can send emails with any kind of question you want. They can be silly, they can be serious, gaming, non-gaming. Does not matter. Please. We want to answer it. Doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. So send it over to mail@thenextlevel.com, and we'll answer it next week.
All right.
And I think that's it for us for tonight. Thank you guys,
Yeah.
and we'll see you guys next week.
Chai
Happy New
Sensei.
Year.
Chai Sensei out.
Happy late New Year.
Yeah, man.
Adios.
Okay.
Later.